Hi guys, this is Mattias, and yes, that was my very first kill with the Ribeyrolles in Battlefield 5. And since a lot of you guys probably recognize this weapon from Battlefield 1, I'm sure there are plenty of players out there asking themselves, is this weapon similar to what we had in Battlefield 1, or are there any major differences? Now, from a few hours of experience with using this weapon the very first day we had access to it, I have to say that this weapon is actually a lot easier to handle in Battlefield 5. Now, when we first saw this weapon in Battlefield 1, it was relatively unique for the assault class, partly because it was one of the few weapons that required a bit of handling and recoil control. Now, don't get me wrong, this weapon has a lot of similarities to what we had in Battlefield 1, but because it's tighter cone of fire, it is a lot more reliable past medium range. This is how the weapon behaves without any recoil control. Oh, this is the... Okay, that's without recoil control, okay. So yeah, once you learn how to either tap fire with the weapon a little bit or just pull your mouse towards you while shooting, you're not gonna have any problems with this weapon, at least up to medium range. Now initially I have to say I was quite surprised over this. DICE have clearly said that the recoil is going to be quite different in Battlefield 5 and that the recoil patterns would be more constant and learnable. And yeah, the description really does fit with the Ribeyrolles in Battlefield 5. I just didn't expect that all they wanted to do was to simplify it. But yeah, that's basically what they've done. Now initially, when I heard about this weapon coming out, I was looking forward to making a tutorial or a guide for this weapon. But as it is, I really don't know what to cover. There's really nothing about this weapon that is worth making a guide about. It's just too simple. Now, in all fairness, once you start shooting at really long range, or once you put on, let's say, a 3x scope on this weapon, the recoil actually starts to matter. Now, you'll see a little bit more of that later on in the video, but as I'm sure you know, I prefer to use either an iron sight or, at max, a 2x scope for any automatic weapon. Ah, double headshots. So yeah, just like in Battlefield 1, this weapon comes with the bipods. And of course that is exactly what a game such as Battlefield 5 needs. More people proning with the bipods. Now for the ones of you who have some experience with Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5, you probably know by now that you don't actually have to prone in order to activate the bipods. You can deploy them in situations such as this, where you have something like, in my case, a fortification in front of you. And yes, just as long as whatever is in front of you is at the right height and the right shape, then you can deploy those bipods and reap the rewards of better handling and better accuracy. Camping Field 5. See, I think there are quite a number of people that by now have started to get used to names like Camping Field or Prone Field or Bipod Field 5, stuff like that. And this game does encourage camping a bit more than other games. It's partly because of the time to kill, which now has been reverted to the old, shorter time to kill, and of course with a new system of attrition. Add to that the limited spotting, and you have a recipe for more careful and campy gameplay. Of course, there are other ways you can express this. You could call it more strategical, of course. Some people would even go as far as to call it more skill-based, even though skills such as recoil control and tap fire is less and less relevant the shorter the time to kill actually is. But yeah, the opinions are quite divided in that area. Now, one of the things that you will see quite a lot in this video, however, is me playing operations, and one of the reasons is that I needed to win a couple of operations in order to finish an assignment. Fact is, I've actually thought about playing operations more and more as of lately.
Thanks, mate.
I don't think this is gonna work, but Nah.
Yeah, well, thanks anyway for the try.
Yeah, no problem. So as this video continue, you're going to see more and more range shooting, both the longer mid-range and actually rather long range. And you see this both with the bipods and without. And I'm sure you'll notice that this weapon is actually pretty darn accurate. So of course, before we continue with the gameplay, I'd like to show you my upgrades. And the first thing that I want to notice is that when I did that test, which was on the sea flag on Rotterdam, I didn't have any upgrades whatsoever. There was no specializations on the Ribeyrolles when I did that little test shooting on the wall there. I did, however, reach level 10 the first day of using this weapon, and I decided to go with, let's see here, quick aim down sight, 33% faster. Then you have improved accuracy in aimed fire while moving, 10% faster bullets, make it easier to hit moving or distant targets. That's how it says. Funny how hard it is to read in English. And move 60% faster while aiming with your weapon. I know a lot of people would probably use this one, but me, whenever this option exists, I always choose it over whatever other option there is. I do that with all weapons that have this 60% faster aim down sight movement speed, and that's because that is an essential part of my way of playing. I really want to keep moving even when I'm aiming down sight. And I know there's a lot of people that find this very difficult to do. Not only is it harder to maintain your aim on target while moving, but it's also the fact that your weapon's handling is different. You have to control it more, you have more recoil, more spread, and obviously you have to burst fire more and recoil compensate a lot more. But to me, this is always my choice. It's a no-brainer. So that's the choices I made, and I don't see this weapon being any of the weapons that I would try something else with. I don't see any reason to go with the quick load or hip fire with the Ribeyrolles. There are better options for that in my opinion. So yeah, I really hope you will enjoy the rest of the video. My name is Mattias, and I want to thank you all for watching.
Objective Charlie is now armed. Attention, they've defused Objective Charlie. One of ours has acquired explosives.
I am so confused during this game mode.
One of our soldiers has picked up explosives.
Hey there, mucker. That's a grenade.
Objective easy has been lost.
Got the tank, got the tank. Got some ammo, got some ammo.
Easy, I'll help you. Spotted an enemy medic.
What? 102 damage?
Sergeant, what now?
Ribeyrolles is pretty good.
Be alert. Objective Charlie has been lost.
What's in fit? I need more ammunition.
Objective Dog is now ours.
No.
Objective Charlie is now ours.
I'll patch you, chum.
We have taken Objective Baker.
Oh shit!
Be aware, we have lost Objective Dora. Good job, we have taken Objective Gustav. Stay in the fight, soldier.
I killed him.
Go B?
Oh yeah. Sounds like a plan. Oh,
Okay, okay.
behind us. Oh shit. Oh, there's a tank coming from C to D.
Okay, okay.
One hit. It's AA. I hit it again. The guy went out. He's hurt.
We have taken Objective Dora. Very good. Objective Baker is ours.
So what, we go under the bridge?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, they're jumping down.
Okay, okay.
Beware, we have lost Objective Anton.
Under the bridge downtown.
Oh, nice, nice.
Hear this, Objective Bertha has been lost.
There's someone at the...
We have lost
He's dead, he's dead. I come.
Yeah, he got me. He's on the
Control.
beginning of the bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. The reverse maneuver. We don't look back. We fly forward.
The bridge, the bridge.
I got him. They're on E. A lot of them.
Attention, we have now taken objective Bertha.
No! I was going to dynamite him. Oh! I stopped shooting.
Incoming, incoming.